right? Um, Uncle Rush, Uncle Rush, why is he sitting there? And this is how you know he cheater. You sit up here with your lipo abs. That's why his skin is melting from his abs. He got like it looks like he got to me. It looks like he got lipo abs. It looks like it, and that's why your abs are melting because you took the fat out, but the skin never tightened up. Oh gosh, these are the people that made a sound for a generation. A bunch of weirdos, sickos, and everything in between. Let's see what perverted Franklin the Turtle got to say. I've come to appreciate the daily routines, for instance. I've come to appreciate daily ice baths every morning, daily meditation 2 times a day, daily asana yoga practices. I take time for the gym daily. Well, I guess you do got all the time in the world. You over there stuck in Bali. You can't come to the hubbub of New York. You gotta appreciate the daily routines. You know what this sounds like to me? You bored. You bored. You want to come back to the US, but you really can't because you don't want to sit for what is it? They just got to serve you after 20 years. You don't want to sit for what? Deposition, answer questions. You sound bored to me. You've come to appreciate the daily routines. That means you hated it when you first got there. You sunk your money into a Bali yoga retreat. But even with the yoga retreat, there's only so many flies that come to your honey trap, and you want to be able to unleash it in the big apple. I've learned to appreciate the excitement. Okay, he's bored of choosing only healthy food that has medicinal properties. Russell, 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 Usul. You you tell me with that body and that lack of muscle tone, the only thing you eat is healthy foods that have medicinal qualities. Rasul, we know people that eat only healthy food with medicinal qualities. And let me just say, the body responds to when you actually do give it a vegan diet with medicinal qualities, or even like if you eat meat, but you eat the healthiest, and you don't eat for flavor, you eat to fuel yourself, baby, your body be looking like it looks right. Now, I'm not saying you look like He Man, but it's tight, skin is supple. It looks a different way. And I mean, even people with Russell's age. And again, Russell's what, 80 years old? Grandpa look okay, right? However, Grandpa, stop doing thirst traps. This is embarrassing. I will say one thing. We see where Aoki get her stunt queen antics from. She is definitely her daddy's daughter. She like a good stunt queen antic, just like her daddy. But hear me out on this, right? Because it's important to say, Russell, stop effing playing. You've learned to appreciate only healthy food that has medicinal properties. Did you just come to appreciate that yesterday morning? Are you only 2 meals into these healthy foods with medicinal properties? Because I know a body powered by hot Cheetos and Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies when I see one. I know a body powered by strawberry, kiwi, Snapple every now and then. I know a body powered by a chicken fried steak meal here and there from Friendlies. Now, maybe you might not have a Friendlies in Thailand, in Bali, but I guarantee you eating some type of Balinese fast food, or you having your chef recreated. Say what you want, Russell. I'm not with the okey doke. I know when somebody has had a cheat meal or 30 and we only 28 days into the calendar month. Shut up. I've learned. That's how you know he a liar. I've learned to appreciate the excitement of choosing only healthy food that has medicinal properties. He said he's learned to appreciate it. He must have learned to appreciate it yesterday. And you've learned the excitement, but not the routine, not the habit, not the practice of choosing healthy food with medicinal. Shut up. You literally have a body fueled by Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. And I don't want to hear nothing else about it. But let's continue with this mess. Um, let's see. I've learned the excitement of choosing only healthy food that has medicinal properties and avoiding toxic food and people. Russell, how you avoiding you avoiding toxic people? How you avoiding yourself? I guess this association is real. On top of that, toxic food, baby, that looks like your whole regime. Or maybe he does think that Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies are medicinal. I mean, they do have enough preservatives to last a nuclear war. Maybe he thinks they're going to make him live forever. Oh, no. Anyway, he said, of avoiding toxic people and food, love everyone, but hang with those who lift you up. That's right, because he couldn't stop with some of his pseudo, I'm a good person. You just called people toxic and food toxic, but I love everyone. Russell, shut up. I introduced ideas and practices to my life over the years. Basically, I believe one thing at a time is the easy way. And before you know it, you will begin to build a life of abundance. Is that what you're hoping? You hoping because that's what Diddy did. He built his life one freak off at a time, and then had a life of abundant freak offs. But like of everything, you will fall. I'm obviously still a work in progress. You look like a buttercream frosted cake with no preservatives that somebody left out for a few too many hours. And now all the buttercream roses are starting to slide to the left. Slide. Okay, let me stop. Again, he looks good for a grandpa, but I just find him personally repulsive. But also, why are you showing your stretched out lipo abs? If it was natural, fine, but you paid money for this. And now some man, woman, I don't know. I was about to say child in Bali took this picture of you. Or do you think he has his hands in his pockets because he has like the little the little clicker, the remote control for the camera, and that's where he's taking the picture. Who took this picture? Who took this picture of him coming out of an infrared sauna and told him that looked good? Who took it? Some island girl that wanted to be on payroll. I want to know who did it, right? Or actually, maybe it's the ops, somebody that hated him, because this is what I do if I wanted to laugh at somebody. But even then, I wouldn't have the courage. I'd be like, no, don't post that. Let's just do a fake. Can you take the t-shirt? Why do you have a t-shirt wrapped around your head and then a hat on? I'm beginning to see those mofos, just like Funkmaster Flex, just like they don't want to grow up. They Toys R Us kids. Russell Simmons still think he that same Russell Simmons that bagged Kimora Lee fresh off the runway and he running stuff with his hat to the back. They just don't want to grow up. Okay. I'm obviously still a work in progress, but I learned to be gentle with myself and to master one thing at a time. Choose one. What's the person you master? Being a super yoga, being a super villain who moved to Bali to practice yoga. Choose one thing to make you grow. Do it until it's habit. Then choose another and another. God will appreciate your efforts and appreciate you, I promise. The fact that Russell really think that we taking advice from him. I've written 5 books, no one cares, on health, happiness, and spirituality. Did any of them chart? I don't think so. Have Diddy repost it, see what happens. God is always reminding me and you that for the matter to be obedient, live up to the promises, and try to remember to walk in the path that's laid out in your heart and scriptures. And then he put cryptotherapy. Okay, so it wasn't sauna, it was cryptotherapy. Y'all listen. We're gonna have to talk about Quincy and Kimora in another video. All I gotta say is God bless whoever gotta lay under that every single night. Cause oof, no, no, no. And again, by that, I don't mean the way he looks. I mean the way he thinks. And could you imagine how much talking he does? This man really think he's the second coming. Anyway, let's get into this. Francesca Manning, thank you so much for the super sticker. Trishawn, thank you for joining through your backup. Also, me, Jay said, Tisa, do you think the switch you're speaking of is MK Ultra? Perhaps a lot of people are being controlled that way. Another method of control. Listen, at this point, anything is on the table. Anything is on the table. Anything is on the table. YM Joy said, Franklin the Turtle about to send a cease and desist. Super Christian Me World said, can we get rid of Diddy's sausage and meatballs biblically? I know I'm nasty. Oh, you want to go? Listen, Super Christian Me World said he wants to take this biblical. He said we're going to leave it up to God, not the New Testament. Feel good. Everything's going to be all right, God. He wants to take this to the old school testament. You gonna learn today, right? See what you gonna find. Push your luck, God. Listen, we're gonna leave it in the Old Testament God's hands and see what did he gonna find. Anyway, you guys, listen. Let me get out of here. I got to spice up this live and get your videos going for tomorrow. I'm going to try to be up early to get things going. Thank you, everybody that joined. Life has been lifing, but your girl is going to try to get some full days up tomorrow. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, out of this, that, and the third. Y'all know what it is. All right. I will talk to everybody later. Bye, everybody.